Hi, boys and girls. Uh, this is going to be my first attempt at a flipped classroom, which if you don't know what a flipped classroom is, that's when the teacher films themselves teaching a lesson, and normally you're supposed to watch it when you go home. But what I'm using this for is I'm probably more than likely I'm sitting right over there, or my substitute is sitting there. And I will be grading your projects. So I will be calling you up to grade your projects up here while you are watching me teach you about the concept for today. And today, that concept is rhythm. I gotta warn you ahead of time, I'm not really good on camera. I tend to make really bad jokes when I'm on camera, so like, if I'm in here and I make a bad joke, you can give me a pity laugh, that's totally cool. But anyways, we're gonna talk about rhythm. And what rhythm is what's called a principle of design. So on the far wall back there, you can see with like, it says art principles. Those are advanced things that you can do with your art, okay? What I like to do is I usually start teaching you about the elements of art, which are these posters that are up in the front of my room. So you have line, shape, form, texture, color, value, and space. Okay, those are the big ones. Those are the building blocks. You use those to create your artwork. Every picture has those 7 things in it, okay? But then once you understand and master those, then you can start to apply the art principles. And we're gonna be learning about one of those today, and that's rhythm. So what rhythm is, it's the repetition of visual movement within your work, okay? So that's a lot of fancy like words, and I want to break it down so you can understand it a little bit better, all right? So visual movement is the way that you're able to make something look like it's moving on your page, okay? You can do it with lines, okay, which you can see. You can do it with color. You can do it with shapes and forms, all different kinds of things. There's a lot of ways you can show movement in your work, okay? What I did for this poster is I chose the Flash, partly because I thought he has a really great example of visual movement. When he goes really fast, the form of Flash is repeated. So I have 3 of them here. But I chose to make these a little bit more transparent so you don't see as much detail. And what that does is that creates this illusion that Flash is moving very fast, okay? I added some lines to help kind of accentuate that so that it looks like it, and I use color. You can see where the belt is kind of tracing. All right, so that's rhythm. Rhythm is visual movement in your work. This is some stuff I found online. I will just kind of go into a little bit more detail about each one individually. There are 3 kinds of rhythm. The first one is what's called a regular rhythm. This is the most similar to a pattern, okay? Because what you do is you pick an element, one of those 7 that's up there, okay? And you are going to find a way to repeat it, and you're going to do it at regular intervals, okay? So like purple, green, purple, green, purple, green, purple, green, purple, green, okay? So that repeats, it's pretty standard, just rectangle shapes and colors that are repeating, okay? That's a regular rhythm. Another kind of rhythm is what's called a flowing rhythm. It's a little more challenging. The big things about this is it should be very organic. There's no like consistency to it. There's no solid shapes that repeat or solid lines. It kind of just flows. It looks like it's taking your eye on this trip up this hill, okay? It's very organic, kind of like organic shapes. We've talked about those before. It's the same idea, okay? Made up, all right? Okay, and then finally, the last one is progressive rhythm. Progressive rhythm is a sequence of forms going through a progression of steps. That is what the Flash poster is. That's a progressive rhythm. I'm taking the Flash and I'm showing you lighter, a little bit darker, and fully colored in Flash to give that progressive rhythm, okay? So here are some other examples of what rhythm might look like. In nature, this is one where you have smaller circles moving around larger circles. This one is a photograph that has this pattern. This is a regular rhythm, okay? And then this is kind of a progressive because it's transitioning from one color to another, okay? And also the shapes are also kind of giving it, that's also a little bit of a flowing one. This is a flowing rhythm as well. So what your job is today, while I'm up here calling you and grading to grade your projects, you are going to create a rhythm using some kind of a pattern or using one of the elements of art, okay? So it could be shapes, lines, colors, those are gonna be your easiest ones. So like this is a pattern with shapes, this is a rhythm with lines, this is a rhythm with color. Simple, if you wanna just focus on the skill of showing me rhythm, you can do just something kind of simple. Or if you have an idea, kind of like the Flash, where you have something that's going through motions, think about what you wanna do for that, okay? So that's what you're doing. I think I'm about done. I made it through the whole video with no bad jokes, so you know what, that's a win. Yes! All right, we'll see you later, have fun.